It just made me burp for me a small bag of cereal inside a throwaway cup versus a regular bowl. I'll get to where I don't use it, all because of me not wanting to be responsible washing those dishes, me not dirtying up anyhow. Well, I'm sure enough thinking about it. I say that I'm going to work on getting some CDs by surprise doing for the Mr. O'Silly Jace man, Mr. Jace Robertson man from Duck Dynasty of a CD, one or two CDs, or if not more than two CDs by Larry Fleet that I ain't gonna forget he loves him some music by. I'm only big on the two songs by Larry Fleet called Where I Find God and the other song called Young Book. Those are only two songs I'm big on. Any other songs I'm not big on by Larry Fleet. Even though Larry Fleet don't sound bad to listen to, I'm just not into him in that kind of way like I am Cody Johnson's music. Just like I said, I may be a little picky about music, but I'm not that picky when it comes to listening to music that I believe Brother Jip Man's a luck with me on by surprise. Just like we're alike on both having a loving, true loving and giving heart like one another. Besides what we both got a sense of humor besides Jace his own self and of course John David Owen once again. Anytime I end up think about John David Owen with his funny self and the silly goofy old Jason, of course Jack and I would be laughing while thinking about Jason or John David Owen and be the main ones who would be making me laugh because I know that they like to talk about silly stuff and not cracking up an actual joke being silly, if not just saying something silly just to be being a silly, goofy, hot mess. Like my one self by me burping off and on like crazy for one. From drinking my soda once more. I now know that Diet Coke can make me burp like crazy, just about the crazy same way that strawberries and cream zero sugar Dr. Pepper would make me burp. That I said I would say about maybe giving a can over to the Brother Jip with his amazing self. Besides me giving a bigger pack of gum to him than the rest of them, who only have a 15 count of either 14 or 15 count of gum while excuse me. While Brother Jip will have a 35 count pack of gum from me. That's over two packs of gum that has 15 pieces per each pack of gum. While the one that me and plan on giving to him one way or another end up being like it having 35 pieces altogether of the five brand gum that says spearmint rain of the flavor. Here goes that 5 brand spearmint rain flavor gum I was talking about. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, for sure, I end up be like buying, plan on having a funny copy, nice, a copy of the silly movie for Mr. my brother Jace with his silly self, besides, me having a one for, Jip to have his own movie of as well, of the Beach Bum by Matthew McConaughey once again. That's crazy. And sure enough, I'm going to, be even into, be like it by having the good old movie right here for Brother Jip of the Lone Ranger by Johnny Depp. Besides all 5 of the first 5 movies of the Pirates of the Caribbean. I got all the first 5 of the Pirates of the Caribbean that's well worth entertaining that I say won't never get old of watching, as well as that movie of Edward Scissorhands by Johnny Depp as well. This movie with Harris Dickinson is definitely a good movie of Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm going to make sure that I get a copy of my movies. Doing of the movies called Coming to America and The Golden Child by the crazy Eddie Murphy once again, and a few movies by the Denzel Washington. Sure enough, I got both the first and second movies for Brother Jip of the Paddington Bear that's entertaining. That's called Paddington, and the second one called Paddington 2. There's even a third movie of Paddington Bear that's called Paddington and Peru that ain't near as entertaining as the original, just the plain old movies are called Paddington and Paddington 2 period. Even though the Paddington and Peru is a cool movie. It's just not, I don't find it as entertaining as the first 2 movies of Paddington Bear anyhow. Sure enough, I'm going to be making sure I have a copy of both of my movies by Mark Wahlberg for the brother Jip the silly movies. Ted, that's crazy, that crazy old Ted, the crazy bear character. I ain't gonna forget how crazy that old Ted the bear is in the old Ted movies with Mark Wahlberg. Sure enough, I even got the movie Arthur the King by Mark Wahlberg. I got most of Mark Wahlberg's movies, including that Father Student, may be a sad story of saying what goes on, and the Father story of the movie with Mark Wahlberg, and maybe a Will Ferrell that's a little weird in some of his movies. I got the good old movie by Will Ferrell called The Land of the Lost. It's a real good movie. Excuse me. I may end up happen to have a goofy a copy of the DVD movie as well for Brother Jupiter, the movie by the crazy old Ice Cube called Are We There Yet? That's crazy. Sure enough, I got him a copy of all three movies that go together of the movies of Friday that are crazy and that won't get old of watching. While they Ice Cube and everyone else acts crazy in them movies of the Friday, next Friday and a Friday after next. That's what the name of all three of them Friday movies are by Ice Cube. Sure enough, I'm gonna make sure I have a copy of my movie for Brother Jupiter called 2012. That's a war movie by Woody Harrelson, as well as Woody Harrelson's other war film movie called Midway. That's another heck of an amazing war movie, and of course the movie by Sam Mendes, who's an actual singer who plays in the war movie called 1917. And of course the other movie by the Woody Harrelson that's a good old heck of an amazing movie with Kiefer Sutherland that entertains me quite a bit. The movie called The Cowboy Way. And of course I got most of Nicolas Cage's movies that Nicolas Cage entertains me a heck of a good amount. I can't begin to say how much he entertains me. Nicolas Cage is a heck of a good actor, period, from my honest opinion. Just like Denzel Washington is, who plays in the Two Guns movies with Mark Wahlberg. That I bet Brother Jepper and even Jace would love the heck out of, love the movie of, while it's full of action of two guns. I bet that Brother Jip and maybe Jace his own self may would even love the cartoon movies of Toy Story that I sure enough love the heck out of, that I won't never get over anyhow. Toy Story won't never get old of me of watching. By the way, I ended up, God thankfully let me learn on my own, help myself learn how to do the one thing on my own to where nobody, won't get to be up in my business about whenever me doing something for somebody, such as making a, CDs, by whatever singers, for one person or another, besides, giving them nice old movies that I learned on my own as well by surprise, that I learned over 1 or 2 years ago, that, I feel like it's only been a little over a year since I ended up helping myself learn how to get a copy of a movie doing. I'm even going to have some of the DVDs from the Duck Dynasty season of the Duck Dynasty series for Brother Jumpman. As including one of the discs from season 8, if not season 4 of, or I think it's season 8 of disc 1 or disc 2, and of course first a few seasons of me having for his amazing self that I surprisingly got done a crazy amount of time ago, over 1 or 2 years ago, if not a little longer. By the way, I'm definitely going to be having all three of the movies that go together are Godzilla, called the first one that's called Kong Skull Island, the Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then the third one called Godzilla vs. Kong that I went to go watch in theater back then, at the time whenever it first ended up was in theater, before it started being available to purchase in store of buying an actual movie of. I even got the heck of amazing movie by The Rock Johnson as well, called Jungle Cruise. It's a heck of an amazing movie, besides the live version movie of Clifford the Big Red Dog. There ain't nothing like that amazing movie. That's a good amazing family film that never won't get old to me anyhow. Besides the Edward Scissorhands That Won't Never Get Old of Me by Johnny Depp, as well as all five first of the five Pirates of the Caribbean that I bet Jip would never get over. Well, cause then he could never say that he could never get over how much he loved them, as well as the amazing movie The Lone Ranger Once More by Johnny Depp. They also won't never get old of me with how amazing it is from what goes on. I even love that old cartoon version movie of the Lion King that I got the first one and a half, and the second one that makes three of them. Lion King's one, and the one that says 1.5, and then the second one of something, the Adventures of Thumber. I can't think of the name of the tigers on the name of something, whatever its name is, something's adventure. Sure enough, the amazing movies of Aquaman by Arthur Curry are well worth entertaining that I say won't never get old of watching, that I'm going to supposedly have for Brother Chip as well, along with his collection of CDs by surprise. I've been having Brother Chip on my mind with his amazing stuff while he's so compatible with me to where nobody could never know how compatible me and him are anyhow. Well, cause then nobody, only God Himself knows how much stuff or things me and Brother Jip got in common with each other, as well as how much stuff or things that Jace got in common with me, such as a sense of humor for one. Oh, Jace, funny head. I would always know how to take him as a joke when him joking around being a goofball off and on. May be why I say, "Oh Lord, behave yourself, you silly head," and may not say, "Lord have mercy, you silly head." Goofball. Most of the time I'll be like, say, behave yourself, you silly goofball. Crazy head. Sure enough, I got most of the movies that the crazy Adam Sandler plays in. Besides me having most of Mark Wahlberg's movies that he plays in, as well as at least 10, if not up to 15 movies by Denzel Washington, and of course up to 14 or more movies by Eddie Murphy, all because there's 14 movies all in the one movie collection by Eddie Murphy, that all three movies of the Beverly Hills Cop is in, along with The Golden Child and Coming to America. That's crazy. Besides that other crazy movie called Norbit, that's too much of a crazy movie, period. I definitely won't forget me and Brother Jip always love learning new things, besides love experiencing new things. I always love learning something new, besides me end up surprisingly get to create something that nobody wouldn't take a guess on me being able to create. Such as a something or somebody me creating on a painting by surprise, that I always do what my heart tells me I should or shouldn't do, therefore I don't do the opposite of what my heart tells me to do or not do anyhow. By the way, I even have that heck of an amazing movie by the Kevin Costner. That's a heck of an amazing sports movie called Draft Day. I bet that Jip would love that movie, since as long as he loves football, he ought to love that story that the sports movie would do and would have to do with the football, as well as the amazing movie by Denzel Washington called Remember the Titans, or however you say that word, Titans, or weird, by the Denzel Washington. Sure enough, the movie by the CEO Arthur Curry that Jack Black plays in with him, called Minecraft movie. Well, anyway, I say that's another heck of an amazing movie by Arthur Curry that won't never get old of me of watching. Arthur Curry entertains me quite a bit, to where there never times I don't love watching a movie that he plays in, while he's a good and funny actor like he is. Oh, goofy Arthur Curry. I'm definitely one out of a lot of people in this world who does something for somebody such as what Jip or Jason, that would mean something to them, them either liking or loving, and may not do it because of, that they would like or happen to love it, but all because of me loving them by heart, and because I love giving to others, and I love to thank the world of others, period. There's never a time it is that I wouldn't love to end up make somebody feel like they're one of the number one people who's most important, like Jip for one, besides Jason his silly self. And of course, John David Owen, who already got his own big collection of CDs for it in a triple CD case holder by surprise, as well as a painting of himself I created for him just by looking at the regular photo of his one self by surprise. I bet he'd probably be like, dang, I can't believe you and that we're able to create that out of nowhere just by looking at the real photo of myself and be able to tell that looks like myself and you creating on a canvas. I'm gonna say about doing a painting, a beach view painting for the Jip and Jace besides Mr. Godwin, silly dude head, and maybe John David Owen man as well, and of course Willie with his own cool and funny self. I won't never quit thinking in my head about how goofy I find that side with his goofball self, who's such a silly stinker part off and on by saying random stuff to be a stinker part crazy goofball. I once again say that these movies by the silly old Ice Cube won't never get older watching of the Freddy's and the other movie of Are We There Yet? That's straight up crazy with how crazy that girl and her own brother acting all straight up crazy. Which is the young boy, the girl's own brother's name, and they call him Kevin in a movie. By the way, I say that my number one favorite brother, Jip, could never be replaced, as in me say there won't never be no one like his amazing self, just like there won't be never be another Jason Robertson with his goofy self, as in there won't be never be no one else like that Jason Robertson with him and his goofy self of cracking up his jokes, being a silly goofball because he likes to have fun and laugh, having that silly sense of humor just like me. Of me and that laughing around people like him or Jip or whoever else, people like them who can't help but make me laugh, who likes to have fun and laugh along with me besides my one self. I bet that Brother Jip will love that movie by the Vin Diesel called Pacifier. That's a heck of an amazing old movie, from my honest opinion. I say from my honest opinion that crazy old Jason Willie may be special in a way, but they ain't special the kind of way Brother Jip is, not from my honest opinion anyway. That's like they ain't handsome the same kind of way that he is. Well, to me, I say from my honest opinion that Jip looked way more handsome in the more things that he wears compared to silly old Jason, that Willie goofy head, such as a bandana for one, and with Brother Jip also wearing a hat on backwards, that he looks handsome to me wearing like, besides wearing it the regular kind of way of having the hat on the front way rather than putting it on backwards. One time or another, my own self ended up wearing my own hats of mine, like such as my nice old blue jean color hat that says USA on it. Here in the world, I'm going to get on my own laptop and start getting some CD done for that Mr. Jace funny head. Besides, say about getting some of my nice old funny movies done with of me created by surprise for mostly Jip with his amazing self. Here goes my own nice old USA women's hat right here that I've been having ever since probably at least 2018, if not since 2019. That's how Jip's own self-portrait painting of his own one self looked at the first one of him I ever created just by looking at a picture of him all by his own handsome self. By the way, that Jip's the only one who I bragged about of while creating this into a painting while bragging about him. That I ain't did for none of the rest of them anyhow. That I don't plan on doing. I bet that Brother Jip loves all the colors and details I put in that saying I put on there saying God's in control and saying without God and Jesus Christ's help you can do nothing. There's major also in that saying right from my heart, like I exactly said right on this past Wednesday night at church, saying that everything always happens on God's time.